Hello, everyone. Welcome to Podcast Material, a podcast where two best friends try to figure out how to record a podcast. Hang on a second. Sorry. Mic check. Ooh, do I need to be louder? How's that?
It's pretty good. I can hear you pretty clearly.
More loudly? More loudly? No.
No, probably not louder than that.
That was too loud. There. Okay. Shit. Okay, so what do we decide again?
Okay, so you're gonna say, "What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Material." Where or I think you should say, "What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Material." This is a podcast where maybe you do like the brief description of what the podcast is, and then we introduce it, and you introduce yourself, and then I'll chime in. Well, that kind of doesn't let us do like the in unison thing, because I think maybe you say, well, yeah, I don't know.
Are we trying? Okay, let's try the in unison thing. Here we go. The in unison.
In unison, we're gonna say, and this is podcast material. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So let's see. Hey, everybody. My name is Heathrow, and this is Ethan. Let's see. Yep. Hey, everybody. Welcome to the podcast. My name is Heathrow.
My name is Ethan.
And I'm Ethan, maybe?
Yeah.
I'll wait for you to say, and I'm Ethan, and then I'll say, and then we'll both say, and this is podcast material.
Perfect.
Okay, let's see here. And this is podcast material.
And this is podcast material.
Let's see. Let's try. Here we go. A couple warm-ups, and then we'll get into it. And then I'll just be like, yo, we're best friends of 20 years. We're here looking for things called podcast material. Nuggets of comedy, truth, insight. Okay, here we go. Hey, everybody. I'm Heathrow.
And I'm Ethan. And
this is podcast material. Okay. Why don't you say it? How did you say it?
Okay. What's up, everybody?
It's difficult.
What's up, everybody? My name's Ethan.
And I'm Heathrow.
And this is podcast material. This is a podcast where two best friends of 20 years are going to kind of comb through it's like blah, blah, blah. We need some like copy or something, you know.
Shit. All right, maybe this in unison thing is too difficult.
It might be a little hard,
right?
Yeah.
Well,
yeah.
I think, how would we say it? So, hey everyone, I'm Heathrow,
and I'm Ethan,
and this is podcast material. And this is podcast material.
And this is podcast material.
And this is podcast material. And this is podcast
material.
And this
is podcast material.
Oh, Jesus.
I think we were together, and then you kind of slowed down, so then I slowed down, and then it was like, or maybe I sped up. I don't know.
Okay. Let's try this again real quick. This is all usable. Hey, everyone. I'm Heathrow.
And I'm Ethan.
And this is podcast material, a podcast where two friends of 25 years look for What do we do? We gather
in search of like.
Join us while we search for podcast material.
It is kind of like literally what we're doing right now.
I feel so demanding. Join us.
Okay. Rummage.
While we rummage.
Forage.
Ooh.
Forage is good.
While we forage.
Yeah. Probe.
What are we foraging? We're foraging the depths of our mind.
The nuggets, dude. The nuggets.
We're foraging the depth. We're scouring the depths of our mind, and no, it's not even the depths of our mind. Well, it is the depths of our mind, but it's also like the internet. It's
just funny because like the depths of our mind, we're not going that deep. It's not that deep.
Well, the depths I think still include the shallow bits too. You know.
That's true.
All depths.
That's true. All depths.
It's the whole stick. Okay.
Hold on. How do you spell scour?
Hey everyone, I am Heathrow.
And I'm Ethan.
And this is podcast material, a podcast where friends of 25 years sit together and scour the depths of their minds for nuggets of information we like to call podcast material.
On today's episode, we're going to be introducing ourselves, talking about the origins of our friendship or how we became buds. And so things are going to get a little silly. They're going to get a little weird. But we hope that you follow us along for this journey, for those laughs, for those silly times. So please hit subscribe, hit that like button, and follow us along.
Nice, dude.
That was solid.
That
one was so, I feel like you were like, I mean, it was funny. Like you laughing was chill. Like I was like, cool.
Yeah, exactly. All right, here we go. One more.
Okay.
Last one.
Okay.
Hey everyone, my name is Heathrow.
And my name's Ethan.
And this is Podcast Material, a podcast where two friends of 25 years dig in with each other, have discussions, and look for little gems that we call podcast material.
On today's episode, we're going to be talking about how we became friends or buds and talk about kind of...
You're good. I can clip it.
Yeah. On this episode of Podcast Material, we're going to be talking about how we became friends or buds to begin with, give a little introduction to ourselves, answer a few silly questions. It's our first episode, so we encourage you to sit back and kind of enjoy us as we stumble through this one. We appreciate all of your interest, and we hope that you stick around with us. So go ahead and hit that follow button, hit that like button, leave a comment below letting us know things you'd like to hear or things you'd like to hear on a podcast. Things you'd like to hear or things you'd like to hear on a podcast.
Spoke confidently, though.
Yeah, sure. Ugh.
Sick, dude.
Cool. There's definitely something usable in there.
Maybe that's it. Welcome to the podcast, everybody.
That's the intro.
Ethan and I are friends of 20 years. We are here looking for nuggets of comedy, nuggets of truth, entertainment that we call podcast material.
Yeah, it's kind of, we've been friends for a long time, and as we've been, our friendship has gone on. We've had some silly conversations, some hard conversations. When we reflect on them afterwards, we're always like, man, that is podcast material right there. So that's kind of the inspiration for this podcast. We don't really know what's going to happen or where it's going to go, or who is listening to me right now. So
yeah, exactly. If you're listening, let us know. Leave a review, say hello on YouTube. I think we're probably going to start just by putting this podcast on YouTube. So yeah, say hello. Let us know if you enjoyed the episode and you want to see more.
We're here. We did it.
Yes, bro.
Nice.
I don't remember when we got this idea for the podcast. I think it maybe was during the pandemic, potentially.
I think we had been throwing the idea around for like a lot longer. I think it was like, because I remember being like, if we had we were just like, if we had a podcast, we would call it podcast material. And it was kind of like a joke, like a running joke, like kind of like your quote book idea, like that's a quote. And like every time we had like a fun banter conversation, it was like, oh, that's podcast material right there.
No doubt. Dude, we might have had this idea for 10 years.
Man, that's
we always
crazy.
Did radio. Oh, I'm just going to remember to put my phone on Do Not Disturb.
Good call.
So, dude, what do you think our podcast should be about? Like, if someone were to ask us, like, I was kind of thinking we would have an introduction. I was thinking something like we're friends of 20 years, and essentially we're just like chatting and finding, like, searching for podcast material, essentially.
For sure.
So like this week on podcast material is like our introduction. Welcome to podcast material.
Yeah.
We're here on a mission, or like see where it takes us of just like, you know what I'm saying? Like friends of 20 years, just having a lifelong of podcast material surrounding us.
Right.
And now we're here to
harness
share
it. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So
it's like, it's the one where the guys record an intro,
Yes, dude. Yes. Right. Yes, dude.
Episode 1, the dudes create an intro.
Yeah.
Clap.
Okay, yeah.
On today's episode of Podcast Material, we're going to be giving some introductions for ourselves. It's our first episode, so we want to kind of let you in and know a little bit about us. You're in for a little bit of a silly ride today, I think. It's our, like I said, it's our first one, and we want to kind of just kind of feel out what we're doing here. So let's start off with the introductions, and Heathrow, let's tell us a little bit about yourself.
Yeah, for sure. Thanks, Ethan.
You can call me Bud.
God damn. Well, thanks, Bud. Shit.
It's chill.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Ethan, thanks. My name's Heathrow. I'm from Portland, Oregon. I grew up as an only child, so surrounding myself with good friends and meeting other people was super key to having a really fun childhood. I have a wonderful wife, Kate, and 2 cats, Olive and Wally, and I am a entrepreneur, social media influencer / general contractor, rather. You'll get to know more about me as the podcast continues. What about you, Ethan? What would you like to say about yourself?
Yeah, thanks, Heath. I was born in New York City and then met our close friend, our close family friends, and we all moved across the country together to Portland in the late 90s. So been here ever since. I have a lovely wife, Gina, and we've got a little 2-year-old boy. Yeah, like Heath said, you'll get to know us a little better as the podcast goes on. So we'll be sharing stories about the folks we mentioned and a lot more. So stick around and stay tuned.
Stick around and stay tuned. Hell yeah. You stick around and stay tuned, folks. Yes, dude. Yes. We found it. There's the first one.
Cool. I feel good enough about that. I feel like it's got to be like kind of silly and
yeah.
weird, but
yeah, no, for sure. Okay, cool. So that's a super goofy intro of ourselves.
I got a good like icebreaker question.
Okay, cool.
Okay. So if you, and I've kind of heard a couple people's answers to this, so I have a couple ideas. So, there's no right or wrong answers. But if you had some kind of like magic ability for, on one hand, if each finger on one hand could produce a liquid and each finger was like a different liquid, what liquids would come out of your fingers? For like infinite, like as much of that liquid as you want.
That's amazing. That's such a good call. Man, I think right away I know whole milk and coffee.
Sick. Oh, nice.
Just coffee on demand, whole milk, just.
Yep. Make so many other people happy too. Like many other people happy. You could just go around and be like top off.
And think about all the time you would save too. I think you'd probably spend 10 or 15 minutes making coffee in the morning.
Yeah, and money too.
Oh, and money. Oh, yeah. Not to mention the money.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's good. Nice. You ever, just a milk question. You ever mess with that A2? You know about the A2 milk?
A2 milk?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah, so it's
calcium?
I don't know a ton about it, but I know that my in-laws drink it, and it's like it's from specific cows, and it's actually like more nutritional for you. It has like specific cows produce this type of milk called A2. Maybe we should do some research on this and talk about it next time. But it's like way creamier than regular whole milk. It tastes way better, and it's actually better for you. So like if you go to a Whole Foods or to a New Seasons, you'll see it. Now that I said it, you'll probably go and like see the A2 milk. It's really good.
Dang. Okay, well let me reserve that then. Whole milk, potentially A2 milk after some research to see.
Yeah.
Right? Like so whole milk coffee for sure. I'm also just going to throw in water because then I'm just set for life, right?
Nice,
like,
dude. Yeah.
And if you're in the desert or if you ever, if your car is overheating, oh dang,
yep,
whatever. Water for sure. Water is really powerful. Dang, the other two I feel like are luxuries at this point. I don't know. I have to think about that.
Comfort items. Yeah.
Liquids. What other liquids are just like I'm using all the time that I'm just really interested in? Two more that I use quite a bit. If we're talking liquids, lemon juice.
Nice.
Lemon juice I'm a fan of. I use it a lot in like sparkling water, soda. Oh man, Coke Zero and lemon.
Okay. So good.
Lemon juice for sure. Yeah. And then kind of in the same vein, like salad dressing-ish. Okay. Some like really high quality olive oil.
Oh.
Dude, olive oil, lemon juice, little
That's
salt and pepper.
That is smart.
I don't know.
Maybe like... Because salt and pepper is not a liquid. If you just like rub your hands together, salt and pepper comes out.
Salt and pepper for sure. I just meant like salt and pepper that I grab.
Oh, sure. I'm just trying to make it more convenient for you.
For sure. We could do like a condiment on the left hand, maybe. Yeah. Spices on the left.
Ooh, olive oil is so smart. That's a good one. Nice, dude. You're set. You're set for breakfast and lunch.
Feels pretty good. I've heard of people, I actually have started using olive oil in my hair and on my skin, but like really nice stuff, like the cold pressed olive oil.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Cool. Do you use like a little bit at a time on like a loofah type thing or?
No, I just rub it on my hands and then I'll just like put it in my hair a bit as like a conditioner almost. And then if I'm having dry skin, like my elbows and stuff, or I'll use it as a lotion.
Cool.
Yeah.
It's the Greekest shit I've ever heard.
right, dude.
Yeah, it's
no,
sick.
After going to Greece, I mean, I'm half Greek, but after going to Greece so many times, I'm like, damn, olive oil is it's like the lifeblood of Greece.
For sure.
It's said that Athena Athena gave the Athenians olive trees as like a gift to like be prosperous and be healthy, and you can use it for everything.
Yeah.
Build from it, eat from it. Yeah.
Cook with it.
Yep.
Nice, dude. Athena.
Yeah.
OG God.
Yeah. Shout out Athena.
Shout out to Athena, friend of the pod. So I like the coffee, but I like my coffee like sweet. So I think I would need some kind of like either coffee with like sweet cream or some kind of like frappe situation, like a vanilla latte. I think I'm just gonna put vanilla latte in one of my fingers.
Ooh, I guess technically a liquid.
Like, yeah, maybe like vanilla oat milk latte, just to like make sure that everything is lactose friendly.
Totally.
I don't know that I'm actually lactose intolerant, but I'm
might as well cover your bases,
right? It's better to be safe than sorry for everybody's sake. So oat milk vanilla latte, and I think just number 2, I'm just going for gasoline, dude. Like like premium gas, just in my finger,
Dang.
For myself, works. But also for like anybody. If anybody needs gas, I got you.
Careful with that one, though. You don't want to mix up those fingers.
Yeah, for sure. Like, get bad. Maybe I put it in my thumb, and that way it's like I know what it is,
For sure.
I know what it is. I know what it is. Yeah.
Maybe the middle, though. Maybe the middle.
Stick that right in my gas tank. Okay, so we're going gasoline, oat milk vanilla latte, and then I'm a really big fan of Dr. Pepper. I think I'm putting Dr. Pepper in one. So I think those are my first 3, and I think water is a smart call. And my last one, I don't know. Yeah, I'm like having a hard time thinking about what my last one would be too. Yeah, man, I think the first time I did this, one of my fingers was breast milk.
Sure.
Because I was like, yo, like, I think it was at the time when my kid wasn't drinking from the bottle. And so I was like, but he would suck on my fingers, So I was like, I want to make this easier on my wife. So if I could just like stick my finger right in my kid's mouth, and then it just, problem solved. We're good. Who needs a little top off? Just find some bottles and just start filling it up. Oh, yeah.
For sure.
All right. God, this chair is so squeaky.
Super squeaky. Mine is too.
I haven't noticed yours at all, but these armrests on mine are like super squeak. Super squeak.
Well, we should probably tell everyone how we call each other bud.
Yeah, we probably should. I don't really remember how that got started.
We do like to refer to each other as bud, and it's just, I think it's a term of endearment. It's a term it's an encompassing term just to let you know, like, hey, you're my friend. I care about you. You are a bud.
You are my bud.
Right.
Yeah. It's funny because I do feel like whenever we see each other, it's like, oh, hey, bud.
Hey, bud.
It's
the bud.
It's you're my bud. But I also know that term is like, it's like, it can be like if you call the wrong person bud or buddy, or especially if you call like another grown man bud.
Yes, dude.
It can go wrong.
I think that's really a testament to our friendship is the level of bud that we have.
We've got a high bud level. Yeah. That is true. I don't think there's very many other people that I call bud.
Right. No, I agree. There's no one else that I go up to and I'm just, so outwardly just, hey, bud. Hello, bud. It's you. Oh, hey, it's the bud. Like, hey, bud.
That's the bud right there.
And people would be like, who's that? I'd be like, oh, that's my bud.
Yeah.
So.
I don't think, I mean, do you call anybody else in our friend group bud?
No, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So there's something there, I think, Now, there's a question beyond that is, have we always been buds?
Like the whole time we've known each other?
Yeah, right. Have we always been on the level of like, hey, bud? Bud?
I would say when we first met, we could do our origin story.
Yeah,
we should do our origin story a little bit. Yeah, so when we first met, I don't actually. Yeah, we were 10 or 11 because I think I met Jasper when I was 10, so that I probably met you like a month or two after that.
Okay, yeah.
So if we were 10 or 11, then it was 1999, maybe 2000.
Yeah.
I feel
Dang,
like
dude,
it
we're
was.
friends of 25 years. Shit, hold up.
No,
We got to
we
restart.
gotta switch that up. We gotta redo the intro and
Uh
everything.
oh.
We gotta redo the intro and everything. Okay, so friends of 25 years.
Damn.
That's crazy.
That is crazy.
That's crazy, man. I use 9/11 as like a mark for everything. So I'm trying to remember if we were like friends before that, or if we became friends after that. And I think we were. Well, we knew each other before that for sure, but we weren't really friends when we first met. We were like neighborhood, kind
That's
of
right.
like
That's right.
in the neighborhood like group together. But we didn't really we didn't get along too well at
What did you think
first.
of me the first time you met me?
I don't actually know if I remember the first time I met you. I think it was at Jasper's house or at Dev's house, but I'm pretty sure Jasper was there. Like, I think Jasper like brought you over to Dev's, or Dev and I went over to Jasper's and we're like hanging out over there. Uh, I mean, and I remember you, and as a little bit of a bully, I think, and
I'll
I
admit to
was,
being a bully. Yes, I was a bully.
yeah. I mean, and I think we've all been bullies to someone, or I shouldn't speak for everyone, but I've definitely had my fair share of folks I probably bullied out there. And shout out to those who were bullied by me. Sorry, but yeah, I think. But I was kind of the kid that got bullied by. I was the youngest in the friend group at that time, so I was kind of like the
That's right.
the
That's
the kid
right.
that got bullied. Like that was kind of my my role, even with like Dev and Jasper before that a little bit.
I think I picked up on that a little bit, definitely.
Hmm.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think I mean, we were all homeschooled at that time, so it wasn't like we had a lot of other people we were hanging out with. I was going to Dev's house, and then whoever was at Dev's house or wherever Dev was going, I like ended up with also. So it just kind of like we were around each other a lot, whether we were friends at that point or not. Yeah, yeah. Do you remember meeting me for the first time?
Um, I think I was playing out on the tire swing with Jasper, and I remember you coming up, and you might have even been bossing around your siblings a little bit. I definitely noticed right away that you were like not afraid to be loud. But then at the same time, I was also like, dang, but he's also down to be bullied a little bit. I was like, this guy's pretty cool. I was like, hey, all right, all right. And I was a bully. I was a little kid. I was pretty starved for attention. So anything I could do to just like get attention for any reason, I think was my MO. But yeah, I think I was chilling on the tire swing and was just like, hell yeah, man.
This guy.
This guy. This guy's got the energy.
Hmm.
He's also I can't even remember like what we bullied you about. We would just kind of be like mean to you for no reason. And dang, dude, I think I have to say sorry right now. I'm sorry I bullied you so hard early on.
Apology long accepted, bro. Apology
Yes.
accepted a long time
Yes.
ago.
I do believe this could be the second time that I've apologized for deeply bullying you
Probably.
because later, as we grew up, we became a bit older. We were partying more, meeting people, growing into young men, and we decided like, hey, there's no reason to because our bullying and my bullying kind of probably I think you told me it rubbed on you and it was just kind of like, hey, like I don't really want to be the bully, the bull, the bull,
The
you know,
belay.
the bully. I don't want to be the bully. And I'm like, for sure, dude. I don't even want to be the bully.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, was that there's that night we talk about all the time with the Heinekens. I think
yes, dude.
like all our friends were going to a party, and we didn't plan it at all, but you were like, I think I'm gonna hang out here, and I was like, I don't really want to go all the way over there. I think I maybe had to go home a little early or something, so it's like
Sure.
I'm not gonna go all the way over to whatever part of town y'all are going to. And so I know we made like a bonfire, and us as like 16-year-olds like down to 12 pack of Heinekens and just chatted about it. And yeah, I remember like a couple snapshots from that.
Definitely. And the first few Heinekens I kind of remember pretty clearly.
Right, right.
Beyond that. But yes, dude, the Heineken night around the bonfire, young men just being like, hey, let's be brothers. Because we are brothers and we figured it out pretty much that night.
Yeah, I would say that was the turning point. We were definitely friends like straight on after that.
Yep.
Because
Totally.
I would say that's when we started hanging out, just the two of us. That's when it would be like, cool, I'd hit you up and be like, what are you doing? Whether like
Yeah.
Dev or Jasper was involved.
Man, I think whether we knew it at that point or not, that's when we became buds. I think at that point, if you were like, hey, bud, I'd be like, yep, hello, bud.
Would have accepted the budship for sure. For sure.
Budship.
Budship. I don't know if I love it, but it
Budship founded.
feels right. Budship founded 2003.
Yes, dude.
I think about like other random stuff from that kind of time period. I mean, yeah. So we were all homeschooled, and
Right, right.
uh, I belonged to like a group of like local homeschoolers in around town, like different parts of town. We would get together every once in a while and do like events. We would go like the park on Wednesdays, and we went roller skating at the local rink every other Monday or something like that.
Right. Trips to the library and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, yeah. But we weren't really in the same homeschooling group, right? Yeah,
But
because
because I homeschooled with Jasper and lived with Jasper above him and kind of, got integrated in this neighborhood by living with him. Our homeschool teacher actually lived in an RV in the driveway.
shout out to Dawn.
Hello, Don. If you're listening, thanks for the education, man. It was great. We learned about cooperation. We learned about all sorts of stuff. Pollinators. I remember being in the garden. I remember being at the library. I remember computer stuff. It was amazing.
Do you think Dawn is still alive?
That's a great question. I don't think he was that old. I think he just had a big beard.
For sure, for sure.
I think he was just like one of those younger people with gray hair.
Right,
But I think he must have been maybe I would guess he was in his fees when he was teaching us. And that was 25 years ago. So, wow, he might be in his 70s.
That's crazy.
That is crazy. Don, leave a comment if you're watching. We'd love to hear from you.
We'd love to hear from you, Dawn.
Oh, man, we would love to have you on.
Man, I don't. Dawn, you might not remember me. I bet you remember Heath and Jasper, though.
Don, I bet Don would give you a shout out. I'm just going to Google Don real quick, see what
Do you
comes
remember
up.
Do you remember his last name?
Oh, yeah, here he is, dude.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Don is on YouTube. Don, leave us a comment.
Yes.
No, honestly,
Yes.
we would love to hear from Don. Maybe we could get Jasper and Don on. Anyway,
man.
These are all big ideas, but
Yes, I love it. I love it. I love it. And this is kind of this. We're throwing a lot of different avenues for podcast material out. So this is kind of like we're casting a big net. We're going to harness some of these things for ourselves.
Exactly.
And it's funny because I feel like if anybody listens to this, hopefully we can inspire your own podcast material by like sharing stories with your friends or coming up with kind of like silly questions to answer. And I feel like as we go, our questions will get more silly. I think a little bit more involved in like our feelings as we've gotten older and our thinking around like ourselves and our mental health and things like that.
Yeah.
So, I think we've got a lot of room to kind of like go wherever we want because there's podcasts about everything.
Dude, totally. And that's what I love about this topic and the name of our podcast materials. It can be anywhere, all around, anytime. You just kind of find it and then maybe even notice like, oh shit, that thought is podcast material. That sounds great.
Yeah. Yeah. So we got a lot out in front of us we can do.
Hell yeah. So we met early, kind of middle school, late middle school, early high school, I think, about that time.
Yeah, and then and then we just kind of stayed friends, I feel like even into after high school, I went to U of O, and then like I felt kind of like when I went away, I kind of missed, like I was out a little bit, like I was out doing like my stuff down in Eugene, and like you and Devin Jasper were all like, chilling hard.
For sure, man. And because a lot of us stayed local, all of us stayed local, definitely you were missed. So you were gone, and I think you would come back sometimes, right? Like
I came back for like winter
occasionally.
Break and, yeah. But yeah, so I came back a couple of times. I think I came back for like a weekend or two, and then I was back for winter break.
Yeah, you were definitely missed. It was like the friend group would still. I graduated, went to Greece for a month, and then came home, and then it was back to kind of like, yeah, beer pong most nights and chilling with each other. But yeah, dude, you were missed for sure. But man, there were a lot of good nights still. I remember even when you would come back, those winter breaks, or after you came back from U of O.
When I came back after freshman year, I lived with Dev and Kate and Allie, and then we kind of told Kate and Allie that you were going to be over there all the time.
Right.
We were like, we're going to have another roommate, and you were over there all the time. So we were hanging out.
Right, dude. You and Dev were just letting them know like, hey, we're going to need a place for Heathrow to crash. And Kate and Allie were like, what the? who is this dude and why do we need a place for him?
They took a liking to you pretty quick, though. It was
For
pretty
sure.
quick. It was pretty quick. Kate,
Yeah.
obviously.
Right. Right. So
Hmm.
that's another key that's another key nugget in our relationship is Ethan introduced me to my wife Kate, and we started as great friends. Obviously, because I'm a great friend of Ethan, they were great friends, and yep.
I was actually friends with Kate before I was probably buds with you.
That is right, dude. It goes so far back, it's insane.
Yeah.
So again, rolling it back to like 15, 16 years old.
Yeah, I think I was 15 because she would have been 16 because she drove me back from like a workshop for teens that we were at together so that I could catch a flight
Totally.
to New York the next day or something like that, you know?
Hell yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, so we all lived together for that year. We all lived together for that year, and you were over there all the time,
It was quite the full house.
and then there were
That,
people over there every day, dude,
I
every
was going to
day,
say, that house at least had 8 people in it, it felt like, at all times.
at all times, because they were the people who come over after work or their work. You know, I'd get home and there'd be like 10 people there on
Yeah,
like on like
exactly.
a Tuesday.
Yeah, I actually do maybe remember someone being like, maybe it was you who came home and there were so many people in your house, and you're like, "Yo, do y'all live here? You don't, so do you mind leaving?"
I remember this moment exactly. I remember this
Yeah,
moment exactly.
I don't remember it being directed at me. I was like, because I sort of did live there. I was like,
It wasn't you.
I like cooked food and I cleaned, and like I wasn't really like, I had my own room with Kate, which is, yeah.
Yeah, no, it was not. It was. I remember it wasn't directed at you. It was. I came home from a long day at work because I yeah, I worked kind of far away and had to take like two buses to get to work. And so I got home and there was a Blazer game on TV, you know, and we were, you know, that was it was a great time to be a Blazer fan. And I got home and there were some, you know, we had a friend who was our age, and then his brother and his brother's friend were at our house a lot, and they were still in high school. And I remember getting home and you know, like all the seats were taken in the living room, and I was like, okay, like I just got done working like an 8 hour day. I've been gone out of the house for like 12 hours. Like, I'm not standing in my own living room to like watch the Blazer game. You know, I was like pissed. I was like, and so I remember who it was, and I just like looked at our friend's little brother, and I was like, I'm gonna sit in this seat. Like, I'm gonna sit here, and he was like, no man. And then his brother was like, you just get out of the chair, and he was like, no man. And I was like, who lives here? You don't even live here. Get out of my chair. I think he got up, and I felt a little bad, but I was also like, yo, like, you know, I'm trying to sit down. You know, in hindsight, I could have asked a little nicer, but it had been a day, and I just wanted to sit down. But
Oh yeah, we were
yeah,
young. We were young.
and that was the consistent thing, you know, like those folks were always in our house, and it was kind of like we're happy to have everybody here, but also like I'm also trying to come home and like relax, you know.
Totally. So you knew Kate a couple seasons before me. And then what's crazy, dude, is Kate and I actually had the same pediatrician when we were like young children.
Whoa, I did
So
not know that.
yeah, Dr. Cisco, shout out Dr. Cisco in Portland. I don't know how we discovered that. I think she was like telling me a story one time, like, oh, my doctor, who's still my doctor now, Dr. Cisco. I was like, no, that's my doctor, Dr. Cisco over on Broadway. Are you kidding me? So I really believe that we were probably in the waiting room together at one point, like playing with that little
Huh?
like bead game that goes over the wires. And
Yep.
um
Yep.
so yeah, I think when I met Kate, I was kind of like, dang, okay, where do I know you from? Why do I know you so well? So it was cool. We all just
That's
kind of,
wild.
yeah, we were all just like best friends, you know. That house was just people like full of best friends.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Man, it's crazy. And like I feel like pretty much everybody that lived in that house probably still talks to each other, except for, you know, Allie we've
A
lost
few,
touch with for the most part.
for sure. It's like a testament to our friend group again, just like we are always, I don't know, we all live in different places, we all do different things, but we find our way just like
Totally. Yeah, we definitely don't, you know, we see each other, you know, we get together like probably like for like a big group thing, probably like once every few months. But it's really mostly like the holidays now, you know, like,
yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like once a quarter maybe we all get together potentially, but
Yeah. Yeah. It does feel like that. But then we've got, you know, like our small group hangs we'll do, you know, or we've been doing game nights and stuff.
yeah, exactly. It's cool. We have a lot of the same hobbies. We like the same stuff. Yeah, for sure, dude.
Yeah, yeah.
See, I gotta close this. I got this picture of Don here still pulled up. I want to close this. He's kind of just smiling in my
He's
face here.
staring you down. He's staring you down.
Shout out Don, dude.
The thing I remember the most about that house when you lived there was that wild staircase
Oh
that
man, that
led to your apartment.
staircase.
In my
Yeah.
brain, it's like a Dr. Seuss
Yes, dude.
staircase where it was like super windy and like
Super
rickety.
windy.
Like if you stepped on the wrong place, the whole thing was going to come down. It was like I remember going up there once or twice and being like, "This is sketch as hell."
Dude, totally. It was almost like a makeshift little house that they made like in their attic. Like a set of stairs running up to it and a porch. And as a kid, for sure, Dr. Seuss, no doubt. Dude, this staircase, the Dr. Seuss staircase. I remember playing baseball underneath it too. Like we would set up a little baseball diamond and the staircase would sort of be the backdrop a little bit, or the sort of the underneath of the staircase.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it was definitely wild.
Were you there when we played that game of King of the Hill on their front lawn and totally ruined their whole front yard?
Yes, dude, their front yard was amazing. I loved
Yeah.
their front yard. It was
Yeah.
like a big hill. Heck yeah.
Mm-hmm. And the grass still doesn't grow there.
Oh man, we destroyed that
We
grass.
ruined it. We ruined it.
It's like a
I
game
walked
of
by there
football.
the other day. I was for work. I was kind of over in that area, and I walked by, and I was like, "Damn, that grass is still fucked up."
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. 25 years later. No, we went hard. We went hard, dude. So another thing we would do in the neighborhood is play tackle football.
Hmm.
Dude, we played tackle football in this it wasn't a parking lot. Well, it's a
Now
parking
it
lot.
is.
It's a parking lot now, but I was
Yeah.
going to say it's like a little field almost. How can you describe it?
It was just kind of like it was a vacant lot,
Yep.
but it was grass. So it was like
There you go.
it was owned by the high school across the street. They didn't do it, and so it was like just a field that was just grass. It wasn't like maintained. It was like
Right.
a little lumpy. And there's a big, dogwood hedge on one side. That probably, what I think about all the time is how many balls and frisbees were in that when they cut those hedges down to build that parking lot. Like how many, like you could start a sporting goods store based on the things they found in those bushes for sure.
I'm sure we lost a dozen items in there, no doubt.
At least.
And this lot was actually it was rectangle shaped. So it was, it was like narrow and long. So it was like a miniature football field almost.
It was perfect.
It was perfect. So we played a lot of 2-on-2. It was, oh man.
Were
it was the
there
highlight of my day.
there were telephone poles at either end that
Yes.
we used for like first down markers and end zones. I remember that. And they were like pretty evenly spaced, so it was kind of like gave us kind of the perfect way to play.
Dude, we ended up with a miniature football field in our neighborhood. We had a basketball court, not too far away either.
Yep. And we had Zach, who lived across the street, had one of those adjustable hoops. So
Right.
we used to hoop just right outside.
That's right, dude.
Yeah.
That's right. So we were always gaming, I think we've been gaming since forever, since, our friendship probably started over games.
Day one.
Yep. Yep. Nice.
Well, okay. I have a plan for an outro question. Okay, let's see if we can say everything that we ate today.
Okay, nice.
Just like let's try it on. Let's see if it's good.
Yeah.
Do you think I'm like trying to think if I. I mean,
Dude, what's
I could try
interesting
to
is
go
I had
first.
such an interesting eating day. Yeah, I know what I ate today.
Cool.
Already.
Cool. I want to hear it.
Dude, today was such an interesting eating day for me. I woke up, I went out to the garden. I made a cup of coffee with some whole milk. Did a bunch of stuff, went out to the garden, had some emergencies to take care of, did a couple more things, kept working, was doing this podcast. Bro, I ate only a peanut butter and jelly sandwich today.
All day.
All day. It's 9:23.
Oh no.
But what's interesting about me is I typically fast. I'll fast from, when I wake up. I typically won't eat until about 4:00.
Damn.
Yeah.
Damn.
So I go like pre-dinner at 4-ish. I mean, there'll be days where I eat at 2.
Sure.
So between 2 and 4. So I got late lunch and then I go dinner at probably like 7:30-ish. But
I feel like when you were doing like bigger projects too, the eating habits were different because you were expending energy.
yeah, I think so too.
yeah.
And typically I'll skip lunch, but yeah, today it's only been a peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
That's wild.
I'm gonna
That's
eat
wild.
huge after this, probably some
I was
pasta
gonna
after
say
this.
pasta going down
Yeah.
for sure. That's crazy. So basically, coffee and a PB and J so far.
Yeah, coffee and a
Damn.
PB&J.
Damn. Okay, I think I started off with I made my kiddo a ham and turkey wrap for his lunch today. So I like in a tortilla, but I couldn't fit it all in his lunchbox, so I ate like a quarter of that for breakfast. So like the end of a tortilla with just some like deli turkey and cheddar cheese in it, and then I had a cup of coffee with some creamer in it, and then had a couple of breath mints.
Nice.
I'm like talking to people, all day, so I'm trying to keep the breath a little fresh.
Okay. Okay.
And
Counts.
then I had some pad thai for lunch with some chicken pad thai with iced tea for lunch today from food cart over by your place up there by the mall.
Nice. Nice.
Food cart pot up there. And then one of my clients had a freshly baked oatmeal chocolate chip cookie. Got one of those.
Damn.
Ate that up. It was really good. She kind of sucked though.
The cookie made it worth it.
The cookie made it a lot better.
There you go.
And
it evens out.
Yep. And then for dinner, I had some Chinese food yesterday, so I had the leftovers from that, and then my leftover Thai food from today.
Hell yeah, dude! That's a full day eating. It's a feast.
Some lots of water in there too, but water's an essential, so I feel like it doesn't fully count.
Man, if it was from the finger, just
I was gonna say
easy. Yeah. Easy, no problem. I did forget that I had 2 pickles also.
Whole pickles or pickles like spears?
Whole pickles. And
Nice.
they're actually I should say baby dills.
Sure.
So,
Yeah. Bigger than a gherkin, but like smaller than a full pickle.
Correct.
Nice.
I don't know why I said it like that. Yeah, totally, dude. Totally. I do fuck with a gherkin really hard though.
They're good. They're
shit.
good. Although I feel like most of the reason why I like a pickle is for the juice. They're juicy,
Yeah.
And I feel like a gherkin is like pickle flavor, but it's not necessarily like as juicy as like biting into like a whole or a half of a pickle,
That's a good point. You go for a gherkin if you don't want too much juice. It's very much pickle flavor, very much pickle, I
Essence.
guess, meat.
Yeah.
There's pickle texture and meat, but not the juice, right?
Mm-hmm. And I know, we've talked about this before. I think we're both big fans of just pickle juice in general.
Well, pickle juice, I think, is really, it's medicinal.
Mm-hmm.
I swear. I mean, I get cramps at night. I think you do too, right? In your legs or your feet or whatever, just random Charlie horse, random cramp. I swear, if you run to your refrigerator, grab the pickle juice, grab the pickle jar. You can eat a pickle if you want, but I typically just chug pickle juice or go for a shot. You can chug or you can take a shot.
Sure.
It's up to you. It's just,
whatever's available, how bad the cramp is.
Exactly, dude. If it's bad, I'm just like chugging,
slamming it.
Come on. And I don't know if it's placebo or not, but I swear it works.
No, it's got a lot of electrolytes in it. It's got the stuff the body craves,
Exactly. It's the anti-Charlie horse, dude.
Yep. I got a jar of those banana peppers, the pepperoncinis, like the chopped up ones, and that juice is super good too. It's a kick.
Ooh.
I'm pretty sure it's probably similar to what's going on with pickle juice, but
dang, peppercino juice. Never thought about it.
It's good. It's really
Nice.
good. It's really good.
Nice.
Yeah.
I don't think we can bring up pepperoncinos without bringing up your dad. Real quick.
Wait, why?
I think. Okay, so I'm pretty sure this is a story that Kate tells. When we're all living in that house together, we call it the Deke house.
Right.
Oh man, that's an episode on its own.
Yeah, we can do an episode of just stories or an episode or two of just stories from the Deke house for
episode 1 Deke. Anyway, so we're at the Deke house and Ethan's dad comes over just to kind of, I think, was helping him move in or just saying hello, congratulations, you moved into your place. I think Kate remembers your dad bringing over a jar of pepperoncinis, pepperoncinos,
whatever they are.
I think he brought him in and said, I brought you some pepperoncinos to make you fart.
I don't think it was pepperoncinos. I think it was asparagus.
Really?
Yeah, I think it was asparagus. Yeah, because I don't think they were pickled. Maybe it was pepperoncinos, but I remember him always talking about
how Kate. We're gonna have to have Kate on at some point.
Yeah, let's do it, dude. Let's do it.
So
that's so funny. Yeah. That's so funny. Maybe if you remember it that strongly, then that's probably right. I feel like I remember
to make you fart, dude. Pretty sure. Well, this is a third-hand story from Kate. She's like, I just remember Gary coming over and being like, pepperoncinos to make you fart. And that's like one of Kate's first memories of Carrie, maybe, or I don't know.
Maybe we do a whole separate episode about my dad.
A dad's episode, a mom's episode.
Yeah, maybe. We'll see.
We'll see.
We'll see.
Stay tuned, everybody. Let us know what you want to hear, if you guys even care.
Yeah. I think maybe once we get a little more into like the breakdown of our when we want to talk a little bit more about feelings and things like that. I'm happy to break down some family stuff, but
right. Some like mental health awareness stuff, and maybe yeah.
Thinking about that a little differently, I think.
Right.
But yeah. I don't think we're ready to break into the moms and dads.
No,
moms and dads
not.
just yet.
Yeah, stay tuned, y'all. This is just episode 1. So what did we talk about today? We introduced ourselves a little bit. We talked about how we met. We talked about our friend group a bit.
Talked about origins of Bud.
Origins of Bud.
We did our little icebreaker at the beginning with the fingers. And then we talked about what we ate today.
Nice, dude. That's awesome. I think that's really good.
I like the ending piece, at least, because it's like, cool, the day, our day is over, essentially. You're like, I might go eat more, and it's like, that's tight.
Yeah.
I can't finish answering this question yet.
Yeah, dude. Cool. Let's see. Are we done?
I think so.
Like, was this episode 1? Yeah. Outro?
Sure. Yeah, we can do like a little like, I feel like maybe, are you thinking like a consistent outro, or just doing something like thanks for listening, we're glad you're here, and we'll what did I say? What did I say?
Oh, man.
Thanks for listening, and stay tuned, or something like that.
Stay tuned and something else.
Yeah. Thanks for
yes.
Oh shit.
Should be our sign off.
Oh god. You'll find it in there somewhere.
No, I wasn't thinking like an every time sign off, but maybe more of this one of just like a quick and that does it for this episode of Podcast Material. Thank you all for listening. Hope you enjoyed, and see you in the next one. Bye. And you would say bye too. Outro.
Bro, I think that's it. I think that is good.
That's pretty hilarious.
I think that's good. I
hilarious.
think that's it. I think that's that one. That's good. I know you say bye.